In the Heart of the Word, reflections by Father Joseph Mary, SCTJM, on the daily readings from the Holy Mass, Wednesday of the 19th week of Ordinary Time, Memorial of St. Stephen of Hungary.
God bless you, dear family. Today in the Heart of the Word, in our first reading, we conclude the book of Deuteronomy, which means we also conclude the Torah. The way that Deuteronomy ends is one of the great mysteries of the Old Testament. After 39 years and 11 months in the desert, Israel arrives in the plains of Moab, and Moses gives his last will and testament, which is the book of Deuteronomy. Then Moses ascends Mount Nebo and gazes upon the land that Israel will inherit, and he dies at the top of the mountain. The scripture says, "For 30 days the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab." Israel mourns the death of Moses, not for a week or 2 weeks. The last month of the 40th year is spent in mourning. After all that Israel has been through, the Torah finishes with a funeral, and without entering into the Promised Land. Why? The wisdom of God transcends human wisdom. Before entering the Promised Land, Israel had 1 month to pray and to reflect on what God had done, and to interiorize living His holy will, living according to His Torah, His sacred instruction. The Torah, fulfilling the will of God, is the essential precondition to inherit the land. Israel will not keep the land if they do not keep the commandments. But if they keep the commandments, no matter what happens in the land, God will keep them. In the Gospel, Jesus tells us, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them." When we gather with others, who is in our midst? Are we, or superficial conversation, or do we get distracted like Israel? Even in our parishes or prayer groups, do we remember that Jesus is with us and put everything in His hands? The most important thing for Israel was not the land, but God. God is the promised land. My brothers and sisters, Jesus is close to us. He is with us when we gather in His name. Are we with Him? Let us listen to these words of Mother Adela. Brothers and sisters, when prayer is first, God is first. May God always be first. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.